Red Star Radio. Voice of the revolution.
One of the key features of Trump's economic policy and the reasons why he's so popular and seen as a supposed anti-establishment candidate is that he wants to bring back American jobs, or at the very least, stop the outsourcing of jobs to foreign countries. He's promised to basically be like a strong-arm protectionist that will renegotiate NAFTA and oppose new trade deals and fight tooth and nail against any corporation that tries to outsource. Now, these aren't bad ideas, but they do raise a question. If the problem could be solved by simply passing a few laws and executive orders, then why hasn't anyone done it yet? Furthermore, if these trade deals are so bad for the country, then why do they keep getting signed in the first place? Now, Trump's response to this is probably that the country's politicians are all corrupt and that he will crack down on lobbying and that will fix the issue. But this ignores the reality of the economic situation. Even if Trump were able to strong-arm these companies out of outsourcing the jobs, it's hard to imagine that this would just turn back the clock of time, back to the point where America had a strong manufacturing sector and growing middle class, and Make America Great Again, as the slogan implies. In order to understand why that is, we have to understand how we got to this point in the first place. Economic booms, whether they be the housing bubble or the rise of the middle class in America in the post-war era, can only last for so long before they're met with a bust. This is a fundamental nature of the capitalist system. There's booms and there's busts, because corporations are owned by private interests that want a return on their investment. What this means in the long run is that companies have to keep growing and growing their profits in order to stay viable. And sometimes the only direction they can grow is outward, by outsourcing their biggest costs, labor, to countries that have lower labor costs. The problem with this idea is that even if he were able to stop the outsourcing of jobs, and that's a big if, it doesn't follow that that would mean that the jobs stay here and the jobs stay great jobs and everything goes back to being great and strong middle class and economic prosperity will follow. No, what would happen is even if the jobs were to stay in the United States, they would probably be internally outsourced. That is, they would go from states that actually tolerate trade unions to the right to work states where unions have basically no bargaining power. Even if these jobs stay in the country, the companies are going to look for any way they can to cut their costs. So wages are going to go down, benefits will go down, the working day will be as long as possible. It will get to the point where all these great manufacturing jobs are no more attractive than working at your local McDonald's or something. That's the future of this supposedly great plan of making America great again. La